Oh gosh, 30, 40? Are you not believing me? Like, because it's not going very well? Is that why you don't trust it? This is certainly different. I've never preempted the opening ceremonies before. Yes, you have a birthday today. A birthday today! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Max. Happy birthday to you. Woo! That was all planned. Yes, and you had a question. The question, please don't say happy birthday to me today. Yes. My reaction to what? When I found out I was playing Octagawa, this gentleman, what was my reaction? Actually, I didn't know anything about the show, I didn't know anything about the character, but the first time, in the first scene that Octagawa in Bungo Stray Dogs, if anyone hasn't seen it, I just thought he was really cool. And the thing is too, like, very few of my characters that I played had any kind of cool cosplay or merchandise. You know, there's not too many cosplay or figurines for Takato or for Bokomon from Digimon. So Octagawa was really cool, you know, so I was really excited. And then when I saw what he could do and what he turned into, I was really, really thrilled. What's happening with the opening ceremonies? Is it Sunday yet? Yeah. Oh, let me think on that. He's saying I dropped some bars. Who has TikTok? Who hates it? Yeah. Who will never leave TikTok? Yeah. If you guys have time right now, and I think we all have time, I'm on TikTok. It's my handle is Monokuma Brian B-R-I-A-N-B. Monokuma Brian B, and it's a really weird, silly account. It's all the characters that I voiced. We kind of live in a house together, like a 70s or 80s sitcom. Octagawa sings songs with Monokuma. Monokuma teaches Takato how to drive. It's a really weird account. So please follow me. And I try to comment and talk to everybody on TikTok as well. I talk to you as well? Anyway, everyone from TikTok that came to see me, hello! Woo! I talk to you as well on TikTok? Awesome! It's weird, I try to, for those of you who don't do TikTok, you're supposed to post several times a day, can't do it. I try to post every day, which is insane. I've been doing it for 8 months and I posted a video almost every day. The dishes aren't done, the bed isn't made, the clothes aren't washed. I'm just filming videos. It's insane. But you guys are great. I love the people on TikTok. You're so funny. Yes? Yes? Have I played any of the Danganronpa games? I have played a few a long time ago. I mean, it's an old game, you know, so when I was finishing recording it, when it came out, it was a long time ago. So I'm thinking of redoing it all again. You know, now that we have the new Decadence collection came out. Who has the Decadence Danganronpa collection? Yeah? A few, yeah? Is it cool? Hey, it's Klein! Hey, Klein, how are you? It's so crazy to like come to London. You're like, hey, there's my pal. Hey, there's my friend. It's really awesome. Nice to see you. Yes. My favorite Danganronpa game is probably the last one, and it's only because it's the one that's the most easy to remember because it was so long ago. I think it was 10 years ago that we did that one. Yeah. Favorite Monokuma line? Well, I love a good, of course. And who doesn't love a good? I love that. And it's punishment time. Of course. Yes. Anything else? Yes. What's that? That's a really good question. He asked, is voice acting for everyone? And I will say that it's not for everyone in that I don't know that everyone would enjoy it. But I would say if it's something that you want to do, I think there's probably something innately interesting and different in everyone's individual voice that if it's something that you want to pursue, you certainly should. But I'll tell you, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of rejection. We will talk about rejection when it's actually my panel time, which is not now. A lot of rejection, but it's fun. I do think that if you have any vocal issues, if you're not vocally strong, it's going to be tough on you. There's been a couple roles that I've done where I was down for the count for like 4 days afterwards and couldn't audition for anything, couldn't sing. So, stupid Sakon and Ukon from Naruto. Yeesh. Yeesh. All right, I feel like I'm stalling for someone that's maybe looking for a parking spot, lock their keys in their car, misplaced their Oyster card. All right, so I want you to help me out. So this week I'm going to see Moulin Rouge. That's kind of cool, right? I'm gonna see Far From Away. Anyone see that? Yeah? I saw Ocean at the End of the Lane the other night. Anyone see that show?
Yeah.
Woo! Crazy. Crazy show, really fun. Harry Potter was great, really long, but really great. You know, it's 2 shows. It's only 1 show now in the States. They combined it into a single play, which is kind of a shame. What else did I do? I did the Churchill War Rooms, that's interesting. What else should I see while I'm in London? Inspector Calls, I know that show. Is it still playing? Yeah. 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 Why do I need the show now? You're telling me everything. I just saw the show. It's about a shark. Matilda. I saw Matilda last time I was here. I saw The Shark is Broken. That was great. I don't know what else to see. I'm not sure. Lion King I saw in New York 100 years ago. I'd like to see that again, maybe. Hamilton I can't get tickets to. What was that? I thought she said Paddington the Opera, like Paddington Bear. I'm Paddington. Phantom of the Opera, yeah. In fact, that was the first show I ever saw in London. I missed my flight when I was in high school. I missed my flight and came back to London, had to stay the night in London, and saw the preview night of Phantom of the Opera for, I think, 17 pounds in the front row. It was amazing. I hope you're not waiting on me, because I'm ready to go. All right, I'll be back. Prepare to do a character that's so crazy or eccentric or whatever. The interesting thing about finding the voice for Monokuma is that it was an established voice, as most of the characters are in Japan, played by a female, right? But they wanted a male to play the character, but in the same vocal range. So they had to find an actor who could be in the same vocal range, right? So I remember auditioning for it, not really knowing what the voice was supposed to be, but they gave me a local reference. And then when I started the first game, we just kind of found the voice. And because I'm just basically insane at heart, it was easy to do a Monokuma more so than something like a Yumichika or an Octagawa or someone who's more grounded and more serious, because that's just not who I am. So, but yeah, it's interesting. You really do have to put yourself in the place of the character, and then it's up to the director to let you know when you're straying from the voice. Happens a lot if you watch the first episode of a series and the last episode. You'll notice that oftentimes the vocals are very different from character to character. Yes, anyone else? Yes, and then you. Oh, thank you.
What was the hardest part about getting into the industry for you at the start?
The question is, what was the hardest part of getting into the industry? It's really funny, Jack. It's all the rejection for every job that I've gotten, which is a lot, but it's also 20 years of work, right? So considerably, others are doing a lot more, right? So it's a lot of no's. And sometimes it's not even no's, it's not even getting the initial audition happen. So in this day and age with social media and all the stuff that we have at our fingertips, you have to be a little bit more tenacious about how to promote yourself, how to make work happen. So it's the industry that I started with has changed,
Yeah.
and I feel like I'm more connected and more able to make things happen now than I was back then. Back then, we were taking our 8x10s, our headshots, our photos, and mailing them to agents. You don't do that anymore, you know what I mean? You go to a party and you say, hey, I'm Brian, whatever. Good question, yes?
Are you allowed to say something as Monokuma?
Am I allowed to say something as Monokuma? As long as it's not my social security number? Probably. What?
Can you say these nuts as Monokuma?
No! What is it with that line? No, I can't say that. I'm being asked to say something as Monokuma, but I can't say because I know it's going to turn into a million TikToks and the animation. No. No. As my mother knows, I am not to be coerced. Anyone else that doesn't involve me saying these nuts? Yes.
So you did voice acting for a game called Fire Emblem. I was just wondering what the process was to, actually getting there and getting that role, because it's...
That was the Luthier, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Fire Emblem, Luthier. And I think, did I do something recently on that? I think I did, right? You probably know better than I do. Someone at the door?
There's a mobile game.
Yeah, what was the process? It's funny, I think for Fire Emblem, I went in and they gave me about 15 characters to audition for. And this happens a lot with video games. They'll say, here's a list of characters to write for. It's 25 guys between the age of 25 and 30. Choose which ones work for you, do a different voice, and come into the room and audition. So, I don't remember auditioning for that character, I just remember auditioning for that game back in the day, and that's the one they chose for me. Yeah.
Sorry, how did you get to the audition?
How did I get the audition? So in Los Angeles, I mean, there's a lot of recording studios, but the ones that I've worked for, there's probably about 8, right? So I think that recording studio that did Fire Emblem is the same place that probably did, not Digimon, probably did Danganronpa, Naruto. So it's the same producers and the same directors and stuff, so they know you. And so they send you an email and would you like to come and audition for this? And fortunately, that character in that video game, he doesn't do a lot of fighting, because I have a weird thing with video game recording. When we have to do the efforts, the fighting efforts, the all that stuff, it makes me want to throw up. I mean, really, like it's almost happened. So I have a huge, huge fear of recording video games, because it's going to happen one day, you know what I mean? The wrong breakfast, here we go. Anyone else? Yes? Can I say Mondo Butter? Mondo Butter, what a tragedy, what a bummer. It smells great, wonder what my pancakes will taste like now. So sad, you should blame it all on that Judo. But grab a spoonful and let's get ready for that child. My skill takes good execution, you spin around to your blue. I smile at your execution, woo, I forgot the lines. Slides on my toes just for me. This butter is made naturally, baby. Know that it tastes real sweet, even though some part tastes like feet. This Mondo butter is just neat. Put it on a roll. For everyone in the room that's going, what is happening? That's a TikTok original song based on BTS, Smooth Like Butter. I'm sitting at the table with my mom, we're doing a jigsaw puzzle, and I'm hearing the song. I'm like, oh, that would be really funny for a TikTok video. And that started a whole thing of me making all these songs about the Danganronpa executions. Celestia Inferno, based on Disco Inferno. There's some more coming up too, by the way, you guys. I've got a lot more in the works. Couple more questions, then we are done. Yes.
Doraemon, how the show is to be. So when you put the characters, right, he thinks it was good demand because like you say, I watch it when I'm like, why?
Was there a reason that Doraemon was not recorded?
Doraemon.
Was there a reason that it wasn't recorded into English? I do not know. I mean, that goes beyond my level of, you know, understanding. But it was every language except for English. So that's why it was such a big deal when we finally did do it. And then unfortunately, like I said, it got shelved because of Disney. Yeah, because it was a great series. It was really, really funny. I loved it. Yes, yeah. Favorite character to voice and why? Good question. So, I get that question a lot, but I think my favorite character to voice has to be Takato. Takato from Digimon, because of what that character meant to my life and my career. It started my whole career, you know what I mean? So it really means a lot to me. And then I think at this point, probably Monokuma is the most fun because it feels good on my throat. You know what I mean? It feels good. It feels so good. But it's funny, Monokuma was 10 years ago, you guys. I recorded that 10 years ago, and it seems like it's hugely popular now. It's a whole another life experience of this character for a job that I did 10 years ago and longer, so it's kind of cool. Yes, I think we have time for one more. Yes. What's that? I can't hear you.
There's a song from the main context.
A song from the what contest?
For me context For me context audition.
Oh, I don't have one yet. Are you on Twitter, TikTok? Send me a suggestion. Because I get, when I do these execution songs, sounds really fun, doesn't it? I have to decide which one to do, you know what I mean? So I'm working on, I don't want to do any spoilers either. I'm working on a couple songs right now, so, but I don't want to do spoilers. Good question though, help me out on TikTok. Yes? No? All right guys, thank you so much. I will see you upstairs. I'll see you tomorrow as well. I think I'm back at 2 to do another panel Q&A with Rico. All right, thanks you guys. Thanks for coming. Have a good time.
Thank you.